Remember, no one's free until we're all free, and we can't protect ourselves if we can't protect each other. This is the time for all the minorities, all the movements, all the working class to come together and really build power and really fight against the fascism that's been here, but finally popping its head out and being loud and proud about it. And unless we do something, really come together, it's gonna get real bad.
Hello guys, and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, then don't forget to subscribe. Make sure to give our videos a thumbs up by tapping on the like button, and be part of the commenter squad by sharing your thoughts in the comment section down below. Now today we are tackling a critical issue that's been unfolding before our very eyes. Of late, we have been seeing a lot of other minority groups, crying out for help from Black people. And in this video, Arab Americans who supported Trump are now seeking help from Black people in other communities after Trump's plan for Gaza. Now, this isn't an isolated incident, because we've seen Hispanics criticizing Black people for not supporting their protests. A stunning reversal is happening, and it's important that we examine it. Take this individual, for example, who vowed to vote for Trump, saying he would vote for Satan to prevent Kamala Harris from winning. Fast forward to today, and his tone has shifted dramatically. He's now calling for unity among minorities, movements, and the working class to fight against fascism. But here's the question. Who is this we he's referring to? Is it the same we that was absent when Black people were fighting for their rights? The same we that thought Black people's online activism was a joke? I'm not sure if that's the we he's talking about. But with that said, let's take a look at the video as my fellow Black brothers and sisters react to this. I will be right back.
Who you voting for? Trump. No Harris?
No Harris, no Trump.
Why?
I don't like them. They're both against Palestinian and Lebanese and Middle East. Same, they're going after war. They're going outside to eat. Kids, يلعن أبوكم.
Sir, who you voting for?
Dearborn, Michigan.
Harris or Trump?
Dearborn, Michigan.
Trump or Harris? Trump. Trump for sure.
All the way.
All the way.
You don't like Harris for sure?
No. She's
Why?
supporting the LGBT community,
Trump or Harris?
None.
Why?
Because I don't like both of them.
Donald Trump, baby, Donald Trump.
Why is that?
He's the best, man.
Harris or Trump?
I'm not going to vote this year. This term.
None of them.
None of them.
Why?
Because they're both maniacs. Come on, man. They're spending billions of dollars of them every single year. Dropping all them and everything.
Trump or Harris?
Vote Trump.
Trump.
Yes.
I wasn't going to vote, but I'm voting for Trump.
Are you voting for Trump or Harris?
No, why would I vote for any of them?
Trump or Harris?
None of them.
Why? Because they're all Gada. What's Gada? They're all
Bitch.
Trump or Harris?
Not voting. Not voting for anybody.
No. Trump or Harris?
Whatever you like.
No. Who?
Harris, bro.
Let me ask. Okay, wait. Who are you voting for? Trump or Harris?
Trump. I'm Trump. I'm Republican like 1990. I was Republican when I was in Yemen when Ronald Reagan president. Before I come USA.
Trump or Harris?
Oh yeah, Trump.
My opinion to vote for Trump, but the first thing I ask Trump, to for the peace at the Middle East.
Who you voting for? Trump.
Movements, all the work.
But didn't you?
We are going to do everything in our power to make sure Kamala Harris doesn't win. Vote for, if you want to vote Donald Trump.
No, I don't know if Black people holistically have told you. We done with that holding hands and being side by side and going against the grain. That's over. And a lot of y'all thought it was a joke. A lot of y'all thought it was a game after the election. Everybody from that movement was like, oh, that's just Black people online. That don't represent the whole Black community. You sure about that now? Because they saying it in real life too. Real bad. Again, you want any type of Black solidarity, any type of Black anything, you need to clock that anti-Blackness. We've been telling y'all this for 6-7 months, and you guys still continue to not listen. You called a Black woman outside of her name, and then you try to justify it by saying she's a war criminal when she ain't. She was just the Vice President of the United States of America. You're a misogynist, and your anti-Blackness is why you didn't vote for her. You sat here and said out your mouth, I'd rather vote for Satan himself than vote for Kamala Harris. Well, Satan is in the office now. He's in the White House now. Now what? Now what? You sitting here talking about in order for, if you really want to be a revolutionary, you're telling Black people, you as an Arab man is telling Black people, if you want to be a true revolutionary, you can't sit here and play the two-party system. You don't even go to Trump rallies and disturb their peace. Hell, matter of fact, most of your people don't even attend Trump rallies and protest them. How you gonna sit here and tell black people how to be revolutionaries? Y'all on y'all own.
Or if you want to vote Donald Trump to win, say that. I will vote for Satan if I have to. I don't care who we got to deal with for the next 4 years, as long as you know that you guys are going to deal with some type of repercussion for what happened for the last 10 months. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that win and the Democrat Party loses the election.
Oh, now you want to say kumbaya, we are one, we are the children. This is not UNITY anymore. You say you voted for Satan, Satan's in office. That's your man. Go bow down. Go give your gok 3,000 hits. We are not bonding with you. Y'all made y'all bed. Now y'all can lay in it. And as we can see, everybody's getting deported. Indians, Arabs, Muslims, Hispanics, Puerto Ricans, Latinos. I mean, everybody but black people. We told y'all ass. Now Jared Kushner is talking about making properties out of Gaza. Trump is saying, oh, we're going to own Gaza. We're going to clear it out. Palestinians are going to be put somewhere else. They don't really want to be there anyways. I mean, it's their home, but it's a hot mess. So we're going to clear it out. We're going to make it beautiful. We're going to allow everybody there. We're going to allow everybody there. We're going to allow everybody there. It's no longer yours. Y'all up. Y'all own people's land. Hot-headed, ignorant, anti-black. All of the hate that y'all put through the last 8 months is coming back to bite y'all in your people's, not yours, because you're here. Boy, if I was there, I'd say send you over so we can handle business.
That's what I want to know. Who is we? Because wasn't this you?
Hola. Remember when I said that we're going to do everything that we can to make sure the Democrats and Kamala Harris loses? Well, that still stands.
Then after the election, you had the nerve to say this.
Now that the election is over, can we get back to work?
Like we work for you. We have been fighting this fascist regime that's been here for 400 years. You who recently left your dads, you knew better than all the black people that were here before you. All our ancestors and elders who have marched, who have fought, who have gotten beaten, who have got 400 years. You destroyed because you couldn't see past your own arrogance. And now you want us to come together? Why? Why all of a sudden you changing your tune? Oh, that's why. Because Trump said they were going to take Gaza and that we were going to own it. That you thought wasn't going to be a problem if he got into office. Because both parties are equally evil. I think not. America's foreign policy, youngin', was always bad for all the countries in the global south and in the Middle East. But because you couldn't see past your oath, you decided to tell your following, and your following kept going on and harassing black people to go vote for Jill Stein.
The problem that you were fixing to create, which is Trump.
I don't know how many times I have to tell you guys, I didn't vote for Trump. I never endorsed Trump. I was pushing for third party. I was pushing for Jill Stein and the Green Party.
Where is she? Where is she? How's she gonna stop this? Where's she at? What you should have did, youngin'?
Lonnie, for once, could we all work together and listen to the people that actually have a plan and actually do the work to make change?
But you didn't. So how about you and all the people that were harassing black people and black women, especially the last 3 months, take out there and show us that you bought that life while that is in office. Don't come online and talk about we need to get together. No, we don't. All we need to do is be black, and that's all we need to do. You go out there and prove to the world that you're willing to go out there while there is a fascist office. Because now you don't have Democrats to protest. Take that energy to the streets. Leave us out of it. Who is we?
When your own people who are on the goddamn ground wanted y'all to vote for Kamala. You silenced your own people. And then you harassed black people and told us that we don't know what oppression is when we've been on your side the entire time. The audacity for us how to navigate through this white world when you wouldn't even have your civil rights if it wasn't for our plight.
I'm watching you with your scarf on your head and you fighting for, Gaza, and you're saying that, people in America have no idea what it is to be and scrutinized and hurt. Girl, speak for your own race. You are a white woman in America. You don't have any problems. You didn't have any problems until they put rights up there, sweetheart. I know you just finally found a cause to make you feel alive because your life was boring. But let me make something clear. They've been my people in this country since the beginning of, they've been flooding my towns in this country since they could flood town. My people are still being, okay? There are still sundown towns in this country. I watched 4 white people this week get off on unaliving us in the court system. So shut the hell up with this holier art thou. Americans have no idea what it feels like to be demolished. To have, sweetheart, black people are the beginning of that in this world. It didn't start with Jewish people. It started with Africans, okay? The Jewish people came second. The Germans used what they used from Africans and they implemented into Germans. And then the white folks in America, hell, the Germans took that shit from them during slavery and Jim Crow and implemented it into the Jewish community. So please shut the hell up when you're talking about what Americans go through, because you now have no idea. You're a white woman. I'm gonna keep saying this. You're a white woman. You fighting a cause for another country is all you can do, sweetheart, because you have no fear in life. You have no idea what it feels like every day to say a prayer before you leave your house, hoping somebody doesn't racially discriminate you or police doesn't feel like taking you out because of the color of your skin. So while you're sitting there on your horse telling people Americans have no idea what it feels like to go through it, watching people be unalive, please remember, your people wore my people as clothing, shoes, teeth, hair. Y'all had us for picnics. Y'all fed us to alligators. Y'all used us as testing probes to see how the human body works. Oh, it was created by my people because y'all did tests on us. Tuskegee Airmen. The list can go on. Shut up with privilege.
Donald Trump's remarks that the U.S. will take over Gaza and resettle the Palestinian population elsewhere have drawn outrage and criticism from Palestinian and Arab Americans across the U.S. A group of Arab Americans that supported Trump during the 2024 election rebranded itself following Trump's comments on displacing Palestinians from Arab Americans for Trump to Arab Americans for peace. Now, in a statement, the group said that while they still believe that Trump is committed to achieving a lasting peace in the Middle East that is satisfactory to all parties, they take issue with the president's suggestion of taking over Gaza and removing its Palestinian inhabitants to other parts of the Arab world. The group added that they were adamantly opposed to the notion of transferring Palestinians outside of historic Palestine for any reason. Now, the 2024 U.S. presidential election marked a shift within communities that had long formed part of the Democratic base, as many Muslim and Arab Americans grew disillusioned over the Biden administration's support of Israel's B of Gaza. Trump actively quoted those groups and polls indicate he made significant gains. Now, protests against the Biden administration's stance led to more than 700,000 uncommitted votes in the Democratic primaries, an attempt to pressure Joe Biden to shift course. The co-chair of the uncommitted national movement responded to Trump's remarks and said that she felt sad, angry, and scared for our communities. The uncommitted movement opposed a Trump presidency but ultimately declined to endorse Kamala Harris, citing her unwillingness to shift on Biden's policies. Now, for months, we warned about the dangers of Trump at home and abroad, but our cause largely went unheard. Elabed wrote, Harris, she said, left a vacuum by not visiting Michigan families impacted by U.S.-supplied bees to help create a permission structure for their trust while Trump visited Dearborn and filled a community in despair with lies. She continued, Trump's illegal calls for ethnic cleansing are horrific, but as on so many other issues, Democrats had a chance to persuade voters they were the better alternative and they blew it. Now, the president of the Arab American Institute, which conducted an October poll of Arab American voters, noted at the time that in the Institute's 30 years of polling, it had not witnessed anything like the role that the war on Gaza is having on voter behavior. Another recent poll found that 29% of 2020 Biden voters who opted for a different candidate than Harris in 2024 cited ending Israel's violence in Gaza as their top issue. Now, he described Trump's comments about the U.S. taking Gaza in an interview as dangerous, provocative, illegal, and callously insensitive to Palestinian needs. Anyone who knows the region knows Palestinians are not going to leave, he said. And if they want to go anywhere, it's back to their villages in Israel they were expelled from in 1948. Now, Justin Amash, a former Republican congressman from Michigan whose family is of Palestinian origin, compared Trump's proposal on Tuesday to ethnic cleansing. If the United States deploys troops to forcibly remove Muslims and Christians like my cousins from Gaza, then not only will the U.S. be mired in another reckless occupation, but it will also be guilty of the crime of ethnic cleansing, he said. No American of good conscience should stand for this. Now, the chief executive officer of Engage USA, a Muslim American advocacy organization, said that evicting people from their land is a violation of international law, and that sending U.S. troops to Gaza was not only deeply problematic, but also, he imagined, politically very unpopular. To be honest, guys, I'm trying my very best not to say black people warned you, but it's really hard not to when you see the shock and disappointment now on the faces of Arab Americans who supported Trump. They genuinely believed he would bring about positive change for Gaza, but instead his plan to take over the land and displace Palestinians. It's really surprising to hear these individuals express confidence in Trump's ability to resolve the Gaza conflict, only to be blindsided by his proposal. Now, the reality is that Trump's plan is not only a betrayal of their trust, but also a blatant disregard for international law and human rights. The irony is that these same individuals were critical of black people's concerns about Trump's presidency, and now they're facing the consequences of their own decisions. It is a harsh lesson in the importance of solidarity and listening to marginalized communities. As the world watches, it's clear that Trump's plan for Gaza is a recipe for disaster. Experts have condemned the proposal, citing concerns about ethnic cleansing, forced displacement, and the erosion of Palestinian rights. Now that the consequences of this administration's actions are being felt, other minority groups are suddenly calling on black people to come to the rescue. It's really interesting how the narrative has shifted from black people are being too loud, too radical, too divisive, to we need to come together and unite. How? Make it make sense. Who's this we that needs to come together now? Wasn't it just a little while ago that black people were being dismissed, ignored, and marginalized for sounding the alarm about this administration's intentions? Well, it's almost as if some groups are only willing to acknowledge the validity of black people's concerns when it directly affects them. But black people have been warning everyone about the dangers of systemic racism, xenophobia, and oppression for centuries. Is what's happening sad? Absolutely. But let's not forget, black people have been sounding the alarm, warning everyone about the dangers of this administration and its policies. And what did we get in response? You're being too sensitive, you're being too radical, you're just playing the victim. But now the tables have turned and suddenly everyone's waking up to the reality that black people have been living with for centuries. The irony is palpable. Black people have been saying, we are sitting this one out. We're not going to serve you. You should have listened to us when you had the chance and you all thought it was a joke. See now, this isn't a case of I told you so, but rather just a reminder that black people's experiences and warnings have been consistently dismissed and ignored. The consequences of that dismissal are now being felt by everyone. We have finally come to the end of the video, but what do you, our viewers, have to say? Share your thoughts, your views, your contributions as well in the comment section, and let's have a conversation. Thank you for always watching, and see you in our next video as we bring you another interesting video.